All right, we're back. We got another beer. Put that down a bit more. This is interesting. This is a style I was not aware of. I don't know how vastly different it's going to be from other sort of similar lager styles from Europe, and especially from this region. But this is Stillwell's 12 Degrees Plato Czech-Style Amber Lager. The style is Polotmavý. I'm probably pronouncing that a little off because I don't have a Czech accent, of course. But 4.4% alcohol by volume. I could have swore I had a tab where I had what Polotmavý is supposed to be. Let's just go back to here for a second and see here. Well, Rate Beer's got it, I guess. So, all right. So we'll get to that here in a sec, but we'll first share the screen. They don't have it listed on their website because, of course, why would they want to do that? So we'll present the screen first. So this is from Untapped. Codenamed the 12 Degrees of Christmas, our Czech-style amber lager, the Polotmavý, or half dark lager, is warm and toasty. I don't need to know that. The ultimate lager for colder months. So it's supposed to be like a darker lager. So we'll stop sharing that. And now we will go to Rate Beer for a minute. And they say the Czech amber lager Polotmavý, which translates as half dark, as we said, is a malt-driven amber lager. So I've never had one of these before, so I don't feel too bad sort of reading the style qualifications here. Vary from low to quite significant. The malt flavors could vary quite a bit, leading to different interpretations, ranging from drier, bready, and slightly biscuity to sweeter and somewhat caramelly. So style can be similar to a Vienna lager, but with Saaz type hop character. So a spicier Vienna lager. Okay, that makes sense. Or the approaching an English bitter, but significantly richer and more deep with caramel character. Okay. This all sounds like potentially my favorite beer ever. Most of the big brewery versions are similar to Czech Premium Pale Lager. Okay. Well, Stillwell here, they already make one of these, just like a Czech Premium Lager, Pale Lager, but with slightly darker malt flavors and less hop. Okay. So all this other stuff doesn't really matter too much. Okay. What matters is what the beer tastes like ultimately. But I did want to do a little quick dive into it to see what this was all about, because I don't know if I've ever had anything else that qualifies quite as this style. I've had many an interpretation of Czech and like just German lagers and you know, just European lagers in general. Some of the many variations that have existed or are in existence. So just good to know, get a little idea what I'm getting into here so I can somewhat give it a style rating. Ooh, that is dark. Yeah, look at that. That's like straight up about as dark as like a British bitter, especially like more on the ESB side of things. But no, this is a Czech darker lager. It's just not, you know, a dark lager of like roasted malts or whatever. It's not that kind of thing. This is more a little bit lighter than that. Let's go to the aroma. I wonder if they list any of the hops or anything on the can here. No. They do not. Mm. So it's, I wouldn't say mild, but lighter in smell. Just a very nice caramelly, bready kind of lager smell here. I'm detecting like a little bit of hop spiciness. I'm assuming it's Stillwell. They probably are employing noble hops. I mean, that's just kind of their thing they do. So I'm guessing it's probably. It seems like there might be some Saaz in this somewhere. Hmm. Smells very nice and inviting. Cheers. We're going to drink it. Oh, wow. Okay. So the sort of general description I was reading that was saying it can kind of encompass aspects of these different sort of styles. It's going to remind you of different sorts of beers. That is kind of what this does. There's very much that sort of Vienna lager kind of embedded in this. Very nice caramelly kind of note to it. Very smooth drinking. But then there's a breadiness to it as well, just like over top of the whole thing. A very nice kind of sharp breadiness, like the crust of a darker bread, like a rye or something along those lines. And it finishes with a noble hops kind of presence. So there's like a bit of a mineral, spicy, herbal kind of finish to the actual end of this drink. But it's so earthy, so like on that earthy, like almost copper coin kind of side of things, that it does remind me of an English bitter as well. It'd be like a very lighter in body English bitter. Damn. Stillwell does it again. For a brewery that only usually makes like 2 or 3 kinds of beer, like Stillwell really doesn't, outside of like a one-off like this that's like a special for Christmas. And this is to be found on the NSLC like specialty shelf for Christmas gift packs and all that stuff. Yeah, Stillwell doesn't take like a lot of big chances. They don't take big swings and do like weird shit. They really have like a laser focus on what they want to do. And 9 times out of 10 they pull it off perfectly. Like it's just, I mean, style-wise, this kind of hits a little bit of everything that I was kind of reading in that overall general, like, hey, this style can be interpreted several different ways kind of thing. This feels like Stillwell kind of like tried to encompass all those things. So, like I was saying, the Vienna lager aspects to this, definitely there. The more standard Czech Pilsner kind of aspects, definitely there. And then the way it's balanced, it gives you like the ghost of like English bitter almost, just in some of the flavor profile, and especially the finish. And all this in just a Czech-style amber lager. That's fucking amazing that they pulled this off. This is really good. We got Mercy Beers back. Hello, sir. It says, for me, dark lagers are the best lagers, but ambers are still better than pale. Yeah, I will tend to agree with that. I love me a good, like, just perfect Czech Pilsner. Is probably where my preference lies more, but I definitely love the dark lagers. I mean, come on. But yeah, they're actually going for something authentic here. Stillwell always does try to go for authenticity, as close as you can get for being, you know, a brewery very far from Europe, but still trying to capture those styles. And this is pretty good, man. This is pretty goddamn good. So style-wise, so I'm going to leave room. Like I said, this is the first time I've had a Polotmavý. So I'm going to leave some room. So I'm just going to give it an 8 because it's really good, and it's like it's actually hitting every mark that I read on the like rate beer description of what this is supposed to be. So, I mean, there's probably better examples of this style of beer out there, but this is really good. And my own personal preference, I'm going to go 9. I love it. This is all the stuff I want in a lager. And the fact that it's like hints on reminding me of an English bitter too, and like a decent one, it just gives it more. Like more A+++. This ups the grade, you know. So yeah. Stillwell's 12 Degree Plato Czech-Style Amber Lager. That's going to get an 8 for style and a 9 for personal preference. If you can get it, I don't know if it's outside of Nova Scotia at all. I don't know what Stillwell's reach is. Maybe the rest of the maritime provinces, if you're lucky. Maybe it might pop up in one of your liquor stores, but I don't know. But, I mean, maybe you can order this from somewhere. This is really good for everyone watching the review. They're not going to see me do this, but I'm just going to check real quick and see if this is in one of the private liquor stores here in Nova Scotia. It's not at Bishop Cellar, because sometimes Bishop Cellar will have one of their Stillwell one-offs. Like they have their Stilly Weiss beer, which is not listed on their website. Let's go to Harvest Wines and Spirits. And let's do a real quick search here too. No, they carry all those exact same stuff as Bishop Cellar. So, yeah, this is hard to get, unfortunately. What can you do? I can laugh at you and say, suckers, you can't get this. Ha, ha, ha. But I feel sad because this is a really great beer. This should be something to have year-round listed on their website to order. This is a fantastic fucking beer. But I guess they're probably pretty limited capacity. That's why they only kind of focus on 3 or 4 beers. And like half the time they look at their website and they'll say like, well, these 2 beers that we do aren't available right now. So whatever their process is, they only have so much tank space. And I think a lot of their beer, probably more of their beer goes to like their handful of locations around the city for their taps and stuff, as opposed to probably going to the NSLC. So there you go. But yeah, I got one more beer to come back with in a little bit. So I'll be back in a few minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes, something like that. But again, thanks for watching Mercy Beers yet again, and anyone else who watches, and we'll be back. Bye-bye.